And welcome back to the Crypto Hulk Show. Yes, we're getting near the end of the year, aren't we? We got 3 more days, something like that. Let me take a look. It's the 28th, so 29, 30, 31. 3 more days. Then we're in 2026. Dang. Is this the year? Look, I think we got the Genius bill that passed in both House and the Senate. It's all good to go. Now, what we're going to start off the show with today is how the banks see Congress, both houses, and the president. They finally got something done with crypto. Now the banks want to come in, bribe your politicians and stuff, and kind of undo some of the law. Okay? I think Congress needs to come in and amend it in the positive and make sure it's very clear what Congress needs to do. I'm just letting you know. I like being very clear about what I say. All of us crypto people that are watching have to contact Congress and let them know they need to put very specifically in this Genius Act bill that passed, both, everything all done. This is all done. Put in there that stable coin, we will be allowed to collect interest off stable coins. What the banks want to do, I'm going to tell you what the banks want to do when I get the show going here in about 2 minutes. My name's Crypto Hulk. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a crypto advisor. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't advise shit. Don't even watch this show. For the past 5.5 years, I've been high 24/7. Heroin, cocaine, opium, LSD, methamphetamines, peyote, Demerol, date rape drugs, you name it. I take it, pop it, snort it, everything you can imagine. I haven't slept for 5.5 years. I just stay high all the time. I'm just saying this, so if you're thinking of getting financial advice from me, just wanted to put that out there, okay? All right, who are the first 5 people to show up? Cable Guy, 552 man, Crypto Bat. Weren't you and me supposed to talk today? Send me a message or something. Chris Sharpie, TJ Smith, Crypto She-Hulk. Newer, somebody by the name of Newer, Curly Crypto, Mr. OG, TJ Smith. Merry Christmas. Good to have you back on the show. And that's faux show. All right, let's take a look here. It's Congress. See, these bankers, unless, look, they're scared to death because I already told you, here's one of the reasons. Crypto Hulk, why is this taking so long? Okay, you obviously don't understand what's going on in the world. So I'm going to help you. There's a lot of reasons why this is slowed down. First and foremost, all we've had is a speculative market for 5.5 years. There's nothing real in the price, okay? It'll go up $1, $500. You watch, Bitcoin could collapse tomorrow. It's all speculation. I'm not saying it will. I'm just saying it could. It's all just speculation. All these prices, I don't care. Crypto Hulk does not care what the price is right now. If it's cheap, I'm buying this fucking shit. That's the only thing I care about. If it's cheap, I'm buying. Other than that, I don't care. XRP goes to $20 tomorrow. Guess what? Next week it's down at like $2 or something. It doesn't fucking matter. So people see a price increase. Oh, this is going up. That's going, oh, what? It went up, what, a nickel? Even on these small cryptos we get in, oh, it's up 100%, 100%. So what? Like, I mean, that's good, but like, so what? Like, in the scheme of things, is it going to help you buy a house? No. I mean, if you got $500,000 invested into some kind of crypto and it doubles and shit, now you got $1 million. Now we start talking. I mean, if you don't have at least $1 million, $1.5 million, $2 million, you can't even get a good house. So, Mr. OG says, Brian Edward, I am always good and high. Let's get into what the hell's going on. Coinbase. That guy that runs Coinbase, man, I'll tell you what. I don't know. I was going to school some years back, about 5-7 years ago, to get a master's in organizational leadership so I could be a CEO of a company. It would have to be a very strong kind of a sports-oriented company, or just people that aren't like fucking snowflakes. Like I can't. So, I mean, it was a 1-year course. It was a master's. I had 10 professors. Actually, it's supposed to be 12. And I think I finished 7 months of it. And out of those 7 professors, because you get 1 professor a month, 4 at least, I think 5, strongly urged me to get into doctoral school, like get a doctorate in organizational leadership. I'm like, really? They're like, yeah. Like they were like, we had projects we had to do, sometimes group projects, and they're like, I don't want to tell you exact things that they were saying, but they were just like, you need to not just stop at the master's level. You need to go to doctoral. Like, this is you. Like they were telling me, this is you. You need to lead an organization. And then they could have trained me to do all this. But I'm not power hungry. I don't care, man. Like, I just really got crypto because Mrs. Crypto Hulk wanted to get rich. And it wasn't like, I'm fine. I make a little bit of money. I got a little retirement, nothing big. But she wanted to be rich. And I said, okay, I'll make it happen. That's just how I am. Like, when I think things, they come into existence like they do. I don't know how to explain it. It's that universe and stuff and the power of intention and all that. That shit's real. But what I put my mind to, I get very good results. So my past, I didn't care about being rich. Still really don't. It's nice to have some extra money and stuff, but I never had that desire to be a CEO of an organization. I don't even care. Make 5, 10, 20 million a year. I really don't care. Like, honestly, if I'm making $100,000 a year, I'm cool with that. It gives me everything I need and shit, about 100. But the CEO of Coinbase, man, here is the CEO of Coinbase is expressing himself. I mean, if I had a lot of money that I could really help people, like I could start a foundation or start a school, or I'd really like to start some kind of a place where, like, maybe it's an academy for kids. I don't know what age group. I think the high school, I think 9th, well, fuck it, 7th through 12th is what I'd like, and have a place where they can like live and get educated. And yeah, there's more to it than maybe have their families get reconciled. Some of their families are fucked up. I don't want them to reconcile with their families, but I don't know. It's something kind of like that for kids that were left or deserted by their parents, where they have big brothers and big sisters come in and help mentor these kids and stuff and keep them going, and they all can graduate high school and college, or maybe they want to be mechanics, right? I don't know, whatever it is. Like, but I want them to be able to support themselves, that kind of a thing. So that, if I was going to be rich, that's why, because other than me, I got what I need. I mean, shit, I got a nice car and decent place to live and shit, a little retirement. And, but yeah, the reason I'm thinking about all this, because it might, the news that I'm seeing, I'm not thinking one day down the road, like this might be next year, year after, like, I don't know, it's coming. And it's gotten me thinking a lot, like I know I'm going to be rich. I just don't know when. I know I worked very hard researching, and the stuff that I'm finding, this doesn't seem like it should take that long. I know it's taken a lot of fucking years already. But I don't know. Here's the Coinbase article here. Coinbase CEO pushes back as banks seek to reopen the Genius Act. What is happening now? See, these banks, want to control as much as they can with crypto. The government people want to control crypto as much as they can to keep us out. BlackRock and all these people don't want us in. So the problem is why the shit's taking so long is we're having a power struggle. Now, I don't know too much about politics, but most all politicians just want to be reelected again, and they don't give a shit what they got to do, who they sell out to, or whatever. What's going on is the banks want Congress to open up the Genius Act and put in it that we can't have stable coins or crypto and earn yield on it. That's what the CEO, Brian Armstrong, he is not liking the banks want to do this stuff. Brian Armstrong, the co-founder and CEO of Coinbase, has drawn a firm line against any attempt to reopen the Genius Act. This is what's going on, everybody. These banks are trying to fuck us, okay? This is what's going on. They're trying to shut down any way we can make money. Because, man, I told you already. When you get crypto, now you're competition to the banks. You see this now? You're like, oh, shit, all this stuff Crypto Hawk's been saying is true. This is what is taking so long. You and me, the more crypto we have, are a threat to the banking system. We don't need them. The article right here, let's get into this because it tells us what the banks are doing. See, the banks take our money, some of the stuff they do, take our money, put it in the Federal Reserve. They earn 4% and they pay us like 0.01%. If this stablecoin law thing goes through, the banks lose millions and billions of dollars because that money that they take from us that they make, they don't split it even 50-50 with us. They give us like 1/400th. They basically take it all. What crypto, when done properly, will do is level the playing field. I just don't see it happening. I hope that it does. If we fight hard enough and persuade government, the law, the Genius Act, the law set the first federal framework for stable coins. After months of negotiation, Armstrong has framed the renewed push to revise. The banks want to revise the law that was already passed. They want to change it to where it makes it to where we cannot use our stake, our crypto, whatever. The banks don't want us to make money. They want to make it. Makes sense. Because as I've told you this whole time, we are a direct challenge to competition in the U.S. financial markets. Now, also, this is tough. Do you think Coinbase, BlackRock, and all, do you think they all want us to stake and all that? No. The banks want control over staking. The BlackRocks and shit, they want control over staking. The government wants control, and we want control. To see how this is like a bad, fucked up mess. Trump just needs it's already done. This thing's already done. The Genius Act is done. Both houses passed and the president. It's done. Did I mention that it's done? It's all done. It's already law. It's done. Okay? What they want to do, the banks, is go back into the law and change it. The law's done. I don't know if I mentioned it yet, but it's done. Okay? It's all passed. It's done. The banks want to come in and undo and change what was already passed. And they're going to put pressure on these Congress people. You're going to find out that'll be the Democratic ones. They're like, oh, we need to protect people from crypto and data. We need to protect. No, they don't. Stop it. What they're trying to do is the Congress people, I want you to see something here. I want you to watch your Congress people that fight against this Genius Act and want to change it, you go back and look at how much the banks donated to them. Oh, shit. Elizabeth Warren, Maxine Waters, look how much banks, and then compare it to the Republicans. Find out here's how you know. Find out who's against the Genius Act, see who their donors are, and then find the Republicans who are pro-Genius Act and see who their donors are. It'll be a different story. All the people that are against the Genius Act will have all these banks as donors. And all these Republicans, they won't have the same banks as donors. That's going to be unlikely. Now, if you have a Republican who is against the Genius Act, look at the donors and you'll see the banks, okay? That's how the shit works. Alrighty then, let's keep going. Now, Brian Armstrong says this reflects that there's a struggle. There is a struggle over who controls access to earning interest on the crypto. That's what this comes down to. If you make it to where the banks get the interest, they'll be like, okay, pass it, but then we just lost out on, then what's the fucking point? You see, you'll not see banks are eternally rich unless they do dumb shit. You and me can be eternally rich. How? We have our crypto, we put it in a fund of some sort, and we live off interest. See how that works? That's forever. So as long as you don't, overspend or go after your principal investment. I'm not talking about going after your principal at school. These banks make money year after year. See, like you and me, if we had enough of a stable coin or a crypto, you could just quit working and just live off that the rest of your life and then give it to your kids and they can give it to their kids and goes on and on and on. That's how the richest families in the world. You see that? They don't want you and me to be like them. If we have crypto, they want us not to profit off it. They want us to spend it over time and spend it until it's gone. And they keep accumulating more and more and more interest. See how all that works? This is what I'm trying to show you. Brian Armstrong posts in X. He says, exactly, I'm actually impressed by the banks. I'm actually impressed the banks can lobby for this with a straight face and not get kicked out of senators' offices. It takes some serious mental gymnastics. Brian Armstrong says, we won't let anyone reopen or change the Genius Act. It's a red line issue for us, and we will keep advocating for our customers. It shows here banks earn 4.4% on reserves parked at the Fed. So what happens is your bank sends your money to the Federal Reserve, they hold it, and they pay the banks 4.5% interest a year on that. So think about this, if you got billions, and you got, for every 100 billion the bank has, they're making 4 billion a year. Whoa, we don't make shit. You see what's going on? So the banks want to stop us from earning interest. That's what the banks do. They don't want us to do what they do. Are you seeing this? This is what's going on. So all these politicians, I want you to watch very closely what political party, I'm not going to name names. You figure this fucking shit out. What political party is so against crypto and earning interest on crypto? What political party says, oh, we have to protect the small person in crypto? Those are your fucking criminal politicians that stop all this, okay? Brian Armstrong, CEO of Coinbase, said, we will oppose any effort to reopen the Genius Act. That means change the Genius Act. Brian Armstrong views the law as what? Settled policy. It's already done. Settled policy. It's already done. Why are we going to go in and undo what we just fucking did? That's what Brian Armstrong says. So here's what they're doing. Lawmakers have already agreed that stablecoin issuers cannot pay interest directly. However, platforms and third parties can still offer rewards. Oh, like free airfare, whatever it might be, rewards. That can turn out to be just like getting money. Maybe you rack up enough awards and you get a house. You can get a house, right? So he also warned that repeated lobbying campaigns weaken trust in rulemaking. What he's saying is this: as the banks keep lobbying and lobbying, eventually there's going to be a senator or a House Republican who's going to get weak and take that money. They're going to get weak and be like, yeah, okay, I'll just take it. And then they're going to vote they're going to vote to amend and change the Genius Act. Banks typically take deposits and place them at the Federal Reserve. They earn more than 4% in interest. Consequently, customers basically don't get any interest back. Avery has noted that stablecoin platforms attempt to share part of this yield with users. And Brian Armstrong says, over the past 15 years, how many politicians really are telling banks to pay us more? None of them. Over the past 15 years, lawmakers, nobody's done anything about this. The banks loan our money out. We don't get shit for it. None of these politicians care. You see, you and me are in crypto early, and that's why we have Caleb and Brown. If you look at the very bottom, you got Caleb Brown link. You got the Crypto Hawk lawyer down there too. And that's designed when you incorporate your crypto into a corporation and the government wants to go look at who owns that corporation. Oh, my name's not on it. Oh, son of a bitch. I don't even own that crypto. Guess what? A corporation owns it. And guess what? You don't even need to know who is on the board of directors. None of that shit. That's why we have I've already thought of this like a year ago. It's like we're getting close, and that's why I got this Caleb and Brown and the Crypto Hawk lawyer, because I knew a year ago this shit's getting ready to pop off. It's not how much crypto you buy. It's not how much crypto you have in that little fucking wallet or even how much you got at Caleb Brown. It's, do you have the Crypto Hawk lawyer wrapping up your crypto to where your corporation owns it and not you? That's what's up. Not John McAfee says reevaluation is going to be insane. Yeah, silver is about $80 right now. Hey, I'll tell you what, look below this channel. I'm going to look on my own channel right now as I'm going over. So look at how much silver and gold is. I started this show 4 years ago selling silver and gold, and I don't know how many of you have bought from my channel, but you're going to wish you did. You are. Let's look below here. Why is... I don't see the coins. In my last show, I don't see them. Let me look. Like a couple days ago. Let's go my live. 1 day ago. Let's go like 4 days ago. No, it's in the hotel. 1 day ago, 22 hours ago. Okay, the morning. That show I did with Chucky. Okay, there's the coins there. Let me look at okay, here's a 1 ounce 2015 high resolution coin. That shit, 1 ounce is $11,000. Okay. Oh shit. Here's a 1984 one gold coin. It's a Cougaran, and it's 1 ounce, $5,300 almost. Here's a Canadian gold maple. I was buying these motherfuckers for like $1,680. You know how much this is now? $4,800. Oh shit. Here's another 1 ounce coin, $4,800. Here's another 1 ounce, a special edition one, $6,200. A 1/10 of an ounce is $600. This coin's $600. Times that by 10. If you buy them individually, that's $6,000 for 1 ounce. Silver coins, $100. $63, I think, for that. 42. A half ounce buffalo is 218. So a full ounce would be, I don't know why they're showing 10 grams. Okay, 1 ounce silver coin right here, $104. A half ounce coin, $55. So that would be for an ounce, $110. If you buy at Walmart through AppMex, 2 ounces of coin is $180, so about $90 a piece. Man, oh man. Now, if you would have bought silver when I started to show you silver, it was about $16, $17 an ounce. Now it's up to about, I'd say, $80 to $90, $100, depending on where you go for one. So from 16 to $80, that's a pretty good increase. Gold, the coins were about $1,700 a piece when I started selling them here. They were in the 16s, but let's just say 17. $1,700. Now it's about $4,800. About $5,000. So there is your Coinbase article right here. This is what's they're fighting. The banks are fighting this shit right now. So that's part of the problem. Hey, right now I'm taking advantage of it. Cheap crypto, I'm buying that shit every month. I know where this ends up. I don't give a shit about right now. I don't give a shit about today, tomorrow. If I buy this crypto today, can I sell it tomorrow? I don't fucking care about that. That's like that mentality. That's done. That is done and gone. Right now, crypto is moving into real world use case. So all this speculative shit that was going on, I think those days are over. The next time this crypto goes up, it ain't coming down. That's my belief. The Genius Act, formerly known as Guiding Establishing National Innovation, was introduced May 2025, and it was signed into law July 2025. Now, I want you to pay attention here. I want you to see how fast this shit can go. I don't care what's going on. Here, I want you to focus right now on what I'm telling you. So the people that have this today, tomorrow mentality, this bill was passed. It was introduced in May. And less than about 2 months later, it's already law. 2 months, everybody. It's all it took, 2 months. They introduced something, and 2 months later, bam, it's done. They could do that with anything, okay? This technology is all done. I've already shown you all this. This tech is done. What we're seeing are dramatics. We're seeing drama unfold. The banks are fighting because they want control. All the Wall Street people, they want control of the shit. They don't want us to earn an interest. I don't know if banks can earn the interest. I think investment companies can somehow, I don't know all this stuff. I'm not an investor. What I do know is one of the reasons why all this shit has taken so long is I just laid it out already just now. Go back, and if you just showed up, go back and watch the past 30 minutes. That's why the shit's taken so long. There's a battle going on with the banks. They want the interest. So we're going to see how this plays out. If our government sells us out, then it's not going to be all bad, but it's kind of like all bad. I mean, you'll get your crypto. You just won't be able to probably stake it and earn all the interest and shit. That means you won't have perpetual money forever. You'll have to sell off your crypto as you want to buy shit, and you can't like get the interest on it. Maybe if you start your own savings and loan, you could do that. That's probably what we're going to end up having to do. We get a corporation going like we have with the Crypto Hawk Law Firm. Maybe if enough of us get together, we can pool $100 million, $500 million, $500 million, like. Maybe we start our own savings and loan. We hook up with a company. We buy our own bank. I don't know. I'm just putting stuff out there. Because the reason I'm discussing this is because I'm starting to see stuff unfold. This isn't like a 5-10 year plan down the road. No, I'm seeing this 1 to 2 years from today. Like, this is a very possibility. They passed this law July. Trump passed it 2025 in July. That was 6 months ago. Here we are 6 months later. When are they going to enact it? January, February, March. We've been reading about the Canton Group and all these things. They're all getting set up. You'll have to, what if we're grandfather? Do you think, okay, look, you all are going to have to make your own decisions. I'm just reading the news, and then I'll give you my opinions on some stuff. But I'm not doing anything right now. If the government declares certain things illegal, I don't want to be a part of them. So you go ahead and you start staking, then the government declares it's illegal. Oh, shit, now you're doing illegal shit. So now what if the government then seizes it because you're doing illegal? See, what you're thinking, just when in doubt, just don't do shit. So what some of you are going to do is go stake it right now to see if you're grandfathered in. Do you think the banks are really going to want you all to do all this shit? I strongly doubt it. But you have to do what you got to do. If you think you got to stake it, then stake it. But I got my crypto in Caleb Brown locked away in Fireblocks. I'm going to stay where the Fireblocks, I'm going to stay inside Fireblocks, that warehouse with, 2,000 banks. That's where I'm going to be. Now, you can go off to some platform and stake your crypto. I'm keeping all mine under the Fireblocks warehouse with 2,000 banks. That's where I'm going to hide out with the top banks. You and your friends can go off and stake it on Webull or whatever the fuck you're doing. And I'm going to be looking to my left, and I'll see B of A. I look to my right, and there's Bank of New York. That's where I'm hanging out. I'm hanging out in the lounge with the biggest banks in the world. So that's what we got going. And Ripple's going to be successful. Let me do a copy paste. Here's a picture we've all seen. Look at this picture. In that picture, you got the actual president of the United States. On the president's right side, he's got Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple. And on his left side, he's got Stuart Alderati, Ripple's main lawyer. Now, what other crypto companies have this kind of a picture? There might be. I'm not aware of any, but I'm looking at here, more than likely, if you got XRP, that's a pretty good sign. I don't think it takes a genius to figure that out. All right. Next, we're talking about crypto laws in America, right? that they passed the Genius Act, so now it needs more clarity because it's still not clear. So that's why I think this Clarities Act needs to get passed. Some kind of a clarity, not this one, but some kind of Clarities Act. Let's look at Hong Kong. Hong Kong targets 2026 for new crypto dealer and custodian laws. Now, we know that Ripple and Hong Kong have been partners for 10 to 12 years already. Just saying that. No other channel is telling you this. Just Crypto Hulk. Now, what's interesting here is Hong Kong is under control of China. What I think's happening is Hong Kong is like a test market for China, and they're going to want to see how all this shit works. Is it hackable? So China is allowing Hong Kong to do all this as like a test rat, a guinea pig test, okay? Let's read what we got, because Hong Kong might be coming out with crypto laws in 2026. So we're gonna watch very closely Ripple partners. We're not just gonna watch any single country, but what we want to watch is a crypto partner of Ripple that's ready to pass laws. That's the countries you want to look at. Hong Kong's FSTB and the SFC will legislate new licensing rules for crypto dealers and custodians. Oh, they're coming up with them, everybody. 2026, I'm telling you. The new rules are part of the SFC's broader Aspire roadmap to establish Hong Kong as a global crypto hub. A new consultation. So a consultation is when a government puts out a form and lets people read it to tell them what they think the government got planned. See, the government of Hong Kong has something lined up. So they're going to put out what they call a consultation, and everybody can read it, and then they can complain or whatever. Hong Kong regulators are moving, oh God, listen to this, to legislate new licensing regime. It's coming. You know, Ripple China, Ripple Hong Kong. Are you not seeing all this? It's going to pop first. Ripple partners, the United States is going to go last. We got to make sure everybody, because we're the biggest, most powerful, richest country in the world. We got to get all the slow pokes. You'll see Indonesia and the Philippines and shit. They're all going to have crypto laws, regulations. Brazil, everybody. We're going to be the absolute last. Hong Kong regulators are moving to legislate new licensing regimes for crypto dealers and custodians, cementing the city's strategy to build a comprehensive crypto framework. The Financial Services and Treasury Bureau and the Securities and Futures Commission confirmed the plan after a public consultation period. The proposed rules will bring over-the-counter desks, brokers, and crypto custodians under the same regulatory umbrella as licensed trading platforms. So if your crypto platform isn't licensed, like traditional brokerages and all that, it's going to be a problem in Hong Kong. So you're going to probably see a small little crypto company join a bigger one that can sell securities, and you're going to have a securities license, a custodial license. Oh, yeah. That's how they're going to, I'm going to tell you, this is how they're trying to squeeze us out. They're going to try to make as much of these as that we can't get, but we can go to a brokerage. We can buy the crypto from brokerage, but they hold it, not us. That's how this goes down in the end, okay? I know we all have our crypto wallets and all these things. What they're going to, I'm just guessing. But if I wanted to fuck over everybody in my country and in the world, here's what I would do. Shut down all these private exchanges. The top 20 banks in the world, they'll be able to have exchanges. Make the regulations so expensive that the small little companies can't compete. Make it to where you have to have a shit ton of money in the bank to secure. So if you're going to sell like $1 in crypto, you got to keep $1 in the bank. Make it to where the small bank can't sell crypto, only the big banks. Then you don't want people to be able to get rich, so you shut down all staking. Any kind of staking and earning interest, shut all that down. Take crypto, get rid of all the wallets, make all wallets illegal unless they're registered with the government. Then the government can spy on what you're doing at any time. Then lastly, the crypto, you don't officially hold it. It may be in your wallet, but it's under control of the bank at any time where they can zap it. Same thing with the investment houses. They're going to hold your crypto. They're going to give you a wallet that they control. It's a wallet where you can look at it and then tell them, hey, can you pay this part? You won't have control over it. You'll have to ask them to do shit, okay? Through either a text or whatever, but they're going to control all your shit. That's how I really see, in the end, this happening. The proposed establishment of licensing regimes for VA dealing and custodian service providers marks a significant step in our enhancing our legal framework and crypto, said their secretary person. Introducing a legislative bill, everybody. Here it comes, Hong Kong. They're going to have a legislative bill they're going to vote on in 2026. Now, they are telling us the move deliberately contrasts with mainland China. It's the opposite of China. So we will see 2026 Hong Kong coming up with crypto laws and regulations. Now, I want to show you something here if you're brand new. Hong Kong's a Ripple partner. Go to the 48-second mark of this. Hold on. Look right there. Silver just dropped to $76. It's these prices, it doesn't matter what they are. I already told you, I don't care. Gold could be $4,800 today, and shit, it might be $3,000 tomorrow. All this shit doesn't even fucking matter. So there's that. Go to the 48-second mark. What do we see right here? Ripple Hong Kong, copyright 2014. Largest Ripple gateway in Hong Kong. Does any other channel have this? No, these people have no fucking clue. So the reason I showed you that, and then there's Ripple China. Just look at my post section. You can find out there's Ripple China and all these things. I'm showing you all this so you can know. Don't believe it. Just this whole thing is fake. Okay? We got Ripple China, Ripple Russia. They're all in cahoots. All these big governments are working together on this. I've shown the evidence, not my opinion. There's evidence. Just look at my post section. You'll see it all. Crypto, what does it say? Under Basel III is type 2 crypto carrying a 1,200 risk. Yeah. So they're going to have, the banks are going to make it to where if you sell a crypto, like an exchange, they're going to have all of it backed and secured and insured. They're going to make it so difficult. All these exchanges are either going to close down. Like I told you 5.5 years ago when I started the channel, there's going to be, right now we have 100 exchanges. I already told you 5.5 years ago I said this. And then in the end, we'll have 10. And you're going to go back in about 6 months from now or a year, when we have 10 exchanges globally, and that'll be it or whatever. And you'd be like, damn, Crypto Hulk, you fucking knew this shit 6 years ago. You called it. Yes, I know how greedy people are. They're not going to let us be rich. We're competition. We are going to become banks. Do you think they're going to let that happen? No. As much as they're going to fight this as hard as they can, because they're going to be put out of existence. So somehow it's going to be to where either we win or the banks win. And we're going to find out what happens. Depends how much people like us fight our Congress and say, hey, if you don't vote for this, you're fired. Look, the banks just go in there and dump millions and billions. So, I mean, I'll be excited if we win, but I don't think we will, All right, we got 15 minutes. We'll wrap it up with the Philippines. Remember what I said, all the poor broke countries, they're going to go first. Look at the Philippines getting hooked up right here. We can't all win. No. Where do you live? Not on planet Earth. The Philippines is getting hooked up right now. Everything in the Philippines, ISO 20022 on retail payments. The Bank of the Philippines is now requiring all retail payments in the format of ISO 20022. Manila, Philippines. Banco Central ng Pilipinas is requiring all retail payments in the country, to adopt the ISO 20022 standard. And it's for cross-border retail payments. Oh, shit. Secure domestic and cross-border retail payments. It's Philippine specifications by the Bank of International Settlements is involved in this. So now Ripple is a partner. Ripple is a partner of the Bank for International Settlements. They control all the banks in the world. They basically make the policy for all the banks in the world. This is called the Bank for International Settlements. Every bank follows the policy of this bank. They're saying you will have ISO 20022 in place right now. I'm telling you what, 2026 is looking good. If you haven't got all your crypto, get a fucking loan and get all your stuff on Caleb Brown and get ready. Because when this thing takes off, you're not getting your crypto anymore. It's going to be way too expensive. It's going to be like, what if it 10x? What if all the shit 10x or 20x's tomorrow? A lot of you're super fucked. Doing all this dollar cost average shit, you're gone. You just got wrecked. The central bank added that the directive also aligns with the G20's objectives to improve affordability, speed, and transparency of remittances. I think right now, 57% of Filipino payments are ISO right now, 57%. In 2024, the goal in 2024, that was last year, was to convert about 50% of the payments to digital. So, they're saying here 59%. Last year, $139 billion last year. That accounts for 59% of the Philippines overall. So right now, the Philippines are at about 60% ISO. They have to be at 100% before they can use crypto. This is where we're at, okay? I can't really give you a date and time, but right now, the Philippines are at 60%. When the Filipinos hit 100%, they're good to go. They can use crypto. Now, somebody talked about HBAR, Rich. That is a good one. Want to know why? Because HBAR is all up in the Philippines. Here's your article for that right there. Whoever Crypto Slap said HBAR Rich. Look right here. There's your article. Go to the 12-second mark. 12-second mark. I did this video 11 months ago. Here's the title. Filipino banks plan to launch multi-issuer stablecoin, which is Philippines already has a stablecoin. The PHPX on what? Hedera. That's HBAR platform right there. The Filipinos are going to launch their stablecoin on the HBAR website. I did the show 11 months ago. I'm not getting into it, but there's your evidence for that. HBAR Rich. Okay. Now, who's involved? We got Gcash is involved and Circle's involved, and we got the Chinese involved. Oh, shit. Look what we got here. I did another show. This was 9 months ago. Go to the 13-second mark. 13-second mark. We talk about Gcash here. That's massive in the Philippines is Gcash. The digital wallet, it's owned by China's Ant Group, A-N-T, and the Ayala Corporation. If you know anything about Ayala, they own like all kinds of shit in Philippines, the malls and shit, everything. Telecommunication companies, but you got the Chinese in there. Gcash. See, the Chinese got control over the Philippines. They're controlling. The Chinese control Gcash, the Philippines' largest digital wallet. The wallet owned by China's Ant Group. I kind of feel sad for the Filipinos, but I guess the Chinese own the Americans. They own Hunter Biden. We know that. And probably his dad, Joe. So this Gcash, owned by China's Ant Group, is only worth $5 billion. And you got Circle mixed up in this. It has announced support for stablecoins via USDC, expanding Circle's stablecoin network. Now that's interesting. I want to show you a little something here. Let me look at something here. Here's Ripple China. So that wallet that Gcash has, that Ant Group, that's Ripple Technology. That's a Ripple wallet. Here is the show. If you go to the 10-second mark, you'll see it. There's a Ripple wallet right there, Ripple CN. If you look to the left, there's the wallet address. Let's keep going. If you go to the 26-second mark, you'll see the full address for a wallet on the Ripple network. That's Chinese. Look at the bottom right there, 26-second mark. It's called Ripple 2. Ripple and then TO. Okay, this is China right here. Ripple and China have been partners since like 2013-14. Go to the 41-second mark. You go to the 41-second mark. What do you see right here? Well, there's a Ripple logo. It says Ripple 2. The first fully automatic recharge and withdrawal currency gateway in China. Right there. Now, here's Ripple Singapore. This is 2014. Here's your wallet right there. K Ray. Thank you very much, K Ray. Look right here. I made a video a year ago. Go to the 2-minute 40-second mark. 2-minute 40-second mark. What do you see at the top? Ripple logo, and it says Ripple Singapore, gold and silver in your wallet. Now, if you keep watching the video, you'll see you had crypto in there, all kinds of shit. So the Philippines, well, let's go back to this again. In the Philippines, their goal is to be at 100% ISO 20022. According to what I got, we're at 60%. According to the information I just showed you, the Philippines already have a stable coin and it's running on Hedera. According to this information here, the Chinese and inside of the Philippines, they already have a wallet. It's called Gcash, but it's owned by the Chinese. And I just showed you all the connections with Ripple Hong Kong, Ripple China, the wallet, and all that shit. Ripple Singapore with the gold and silver in your wallet. All that shit is right here. Circles mixed up in that. There you go. Let me click. Oh, let's look right here. We have the Ripple China timeline. Let's take a quick little peek. No other channel has this. Let's look at this picture we got only on the Crypto Hulk channel. We have something called Ripple China Timeline. Oh, now looky here, 2013. Oh, look, there's Alipay. Go look at the date where it says June 27th. This is on no other channel, okay? Look for June 27, 2013. That's 12 years ago. What do we have here? The Ripple China Trading Center was launched. Have you ever heard that at a Ripple? Hey, the next time you go to like a Ripple Las Vegas or something like that, ask Brad Garlinghouse in front of everybody. Hey, Brad Garling, can you explain the Ripple China timeline to us? Back, they say, back June 27, 2013, Ripple China Trading Center was launched through Alipay, which is Alibaba, which is AntPay, which is what the Philippines has, and TenPay, that's Tencent, which is a Chinese company. Brad Garlinghouse, can you explain to us, because Crypto Hawk was showing you this, showing all of us this, could you explain why is there Ripple China and how did they make the digital yuan? Like, was David Schwartz involved with that? Brad Garlinghouse, how did you get permission to make Chinese crypto money? Isn't that like, who do you have to go through to pass? And wait a second, weren't you guys a startup in 2013? So how does a startup get hooking up China with their cryptocurrency? Brad, I'll take that question. I'll sit down. Thank you. Would you hear any YouTuber talking like that? No, because these people have no fucking idea at all. They literally think Ripple is a company. It is so embarrassing. These other YouTubers have no fucking clue at all. Here's your last article here about the Philippines and Gcash. Let's take a little look. The Philippines Bank and Gcash, here we go, link up for national ID, everybody. This is like with the government. Ripple China, Singapore, Ripple Singapore, gold and silver in your wallet, the Ripple timeline, AntPay, Ant Financial owns the Gcash. It's tied in with the Philippine government. This crypto wallet is used now for national ID. Are you seeing this? And this is what's going to happen to all of us. We're going to have a national wallet. Your bank account's going to go in there, all your crypto, your ID, and the government will control that fucking thing. And when you get put on the shit list, like I'm already on it, they're going to be fucking with me from day one, just like YouTube has been starting at about week 3 when I joined YouTube, they started shadow banning my channel the first 3 weeks. What we're looking at here is Gcash, the crypto wallet, is now linked up with the government of the Philippines ID. It's going to be running ISO cryptos, payments, all of this, everybody. This is all, you're looking right here. This is all done. The poor country of the Philippines is all hooked up. You got Gcash, which is a crypto wallet. Ant Pay owns it. That's Chinese. But I just showed you Alipay, which is Ant Financial. It's the same thing. With 10%, which is 10Pay, already hooked into the government of the Philippines. We just went over an article on how their goal is to be ISO 200. I'll bet you they're already done. I think they're just fucking lying. Because look at this right here. That Gcash wallet's already hooked up with the national ID. They're ready to go. Philippines is ready to go. How is it that America, we haven't, why are we not doing this in America? Just makes you wonder, huh? Why is Ripple all over China and all that and hooking everybody up 12 years ago? Have you ever heard this on any other channel? No. All right, we're at the 1 hour mark, and that's it. I'm going to open the show up now to the $5 people. And I don't know if I'll have a show in the morning. I don't have any news yet. So I might just be doing a PM show tomorrow. I'm not sure, but I'll let you know in a few hours.